Hello, everybody. This is Sandra Pelli, the Sandini, and I am here today with Keira, Lani, and we are having a beautiful interview about a retreat that she's planning and is coming up right away here in October. And before I get into talking with her, we'll just do a very gentle grounding exercise. So if everybody would just like to close their eyes for a moment, feeling into the energy. And imagine a ball of roots beneath your feet, a beautiful ball of roots, that those roots are expanding all over the place, that they are gently holding on to the earth, and that the waters below the surface of the earth are feeding them. Allow that energy to come from Mother Earth herself, coming up through that ball of roots, coming through your legs, up through your torso, through your arms, up into your neck and head, and feeling how expansive you are at this moment and how absolutely connected you are with all that there is. Feeling into the energy of that, feeling the sunshine upon your face, a gentle breeze, and an incredible butterfly as it goes by. Imagining the colors of that and feeling a sense of calmness, happiness, and being in the right place at the right time. Feeling into the energy of that and feeling very grounded. And so it is. Thank you. So let me introduce Keira. Hi.
Hi.
I am really excited to speak with you today about what's coming up. But first, let me know a little bit about the path that brought you to where you are right now. Was there some event that catapulted you on your spiritual journey?
Well, this could be a very long story, so I'll try to touch on the most important points. But first, Sandra, I just want to thank you so much for that beautiful grounding. And when that butterfly flew by, it just brought a big smile to my face. So I really appreciate that. I'm really excited for this opportunity to work with you. So about me, let's see. My spiritual journey actually started very early. I was blessed to have a mother who had a daily meditation practice when I was very young. And I actually lost my father when I was 5, and I think that is when I really became interested in connecting to the spiritual realm. And so my first self-guided meditation practice was when I was 5 years old. I took myself on a journey and met a being of light. And I believe that being of light has been with me ever since. And I spent my childhood in a pretty free way, running through the woods, climbing the trees, connecting with nature. And so I have a deep integration of nature. And I fell in love with yoga when I was 8 years old. So I started doing the yoga asana practice pretty young as well. So I have a deep integration of breath and movement and meditation practice. And so I've always used these coping skills. I had a lot of things that I went through in my young life, and I always had these coping skills to call upon. I'm so grateful for that. And so that's the foundation. I became a yoga teacher in 2005. Then I became a massage therapist. And then I became a Qigong instructor.
Wow.
I have a food healing certification. I have a couple of Tai Chi certifications. I was lucky to get a chance to go study with an amazing teacher in China, as well as all of my amazing teachers here in the US. And so now I'm bringing all of these things together with my personal gifts and all of my different trainings to offer what I call master your energy training to my clients. So this is for healers or potential healers to really bring out and harness their gifts at a higher level. It also is a self-healing practice of bringing in the energy to nurture and nourish your body, to turn on the inner pharmacy, to allow your body's wisdom to
Wow.
offer healing. And so this is really something for anyone and everyone. And that's why I'm focusing on training healers, because I want it to reach the entire world. My vision is that everyone will have self-healing tools, that everyone will know how to cultivate their energy, will recognize the need to go into nature and connect with nature to bring in nourishing, healing, grounding, just like that grounding that you did. It's so important that we connect to nature. And so that's part of why you and I are here together, because we both have a similar mission in life of bringing people back to their true nature.
Yeah, I love that, because truly I had a very similar childhood with regards to the growing up in nature. I grew up beside a hill that was called Pyramid Hill, and we played as children all over this hill in the forts, and picking berries, and smelling the roses, and playing in the creek and what have you. So I totally can relate to that. And I love the background that you have, and I have a better understanding of how you and this incredible co-host of yours possibly created this virtual retreat that you have coming up in October, called the Elements of Healing. What was a bit more of the inspiration behind that, and then what also too are the elements of healing that are coming up in that?
Sure. So, yeah, Mary Sexton and I were in a conversation, and she said to me, I would love to do a telesummit or a virtual retreat. And I said, well, why not both together? And we kind of just jumped into this idea and started brainstorming. And so she said 5 elements, and I said, okay, that's great. And there are 2 different 5 element theories. As I shared with you, my background is in both yoga and qigong. So both the 5 elements that come through in the Western world, which is coming from the Vedic traditions of India, and the 5 element theory that comes from Chinese medicine are very strong in my background. And so we had this idea of the number 7 just as a magical number. So the magical number 7 is where the 7 presenters are coming from. And then we thought, why not bring in all the elements? There's a lot of crossover in the 2 5 element theories. So the one that many people who are not involved in Chinese medicine know is earth, water, air, fire, and ether.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Chinese medicine, it's earth, metal, water, wood or tree. And did I say fire? I feel like I skipped. I did it in the wrong order, so I skipped it. Earth, metal, water, wood, and fire. Yeah, I didn't say fire the first time. So there's actually a cycle, a generative cycle that happens in the Chinese 5 element theory. It's all so fun because they generate each other. The earth makes the metal comes out of the earth. The metal makes the water, in the sense that the metal can hold the water like a vessel, but also
Right.
there's the condensation factor. If there's moisture in the air, it will attach to the metal. And then the metal makes the water feeds the tree, which makes the wood, and then the wood feeds the fire. And so there's a whole generative cycle, which is the one that we're utilizing in this retreat. And then there's a controlling cycle where they come across and control each other, such as the water putting out the fire. And so we're not really going to go into that in this context because I don't want it to become confusing, although we may go into this in the first interview, because our very first presenter is a Chinese medicine expert. And so I've asked him in his interview to share more about five element theory. So that's the inspiration. And then we brought in the wind or air and ether in as well. So there are actually 7 elements. And we're putting our 5 guests into the Chinese 5 element theory. And then Mary is going to theme around air, and I will be theming around spirit, so that we're actually honoring both traditions in one. It's something many people have tried to overlay them, and you can overlay them. You can say that air and metal go together. Metal in Chinese medicine is connected with the breath, and you can say that the spirit is connected with the tree. My spirit is definitely very connected to tree spirits.
Same here.
So we could do that, but we chose in this particular case to keep them all separate and just expand that way, especially because we really like the magic number 7. That's a lucky number for many people. And there's the 7 generations in the Native American tradition. There are many ways that you can look at the sacred 7 and draw meaning from that. And so we are kind of just having fun and playing with the idea of bringing in elements of healing. And so the idea is that our presenters will bring in different elements of healing. And in this case, we're not able to cover every single thing that we can't cover everything that possibly could be brought into your healing journey. We may have to do a whole nother telesummit and retreat to bring in every single modality that may help you on your journey. But we are trying to bring in a variety of different ways to approach personal healing.
That's incredible. I know that when I went and looked at those elements, the Chinese elements of healing, I was really excited when I read them, and I did a little bit of research. So I'm really excited to hear what your hopes are for this retreat, because the way I see it unfolding is so magical. So let me know how you feel of the hopes are for this retreat.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited to hear that you were researching the 5 elements, Sandra. That's so cool. And yeah, I've been kind of holding back with sharing too much, because I'm really excited to have Sifu Bagi share on the first interview, which is on Wednesday, September 12th, coming right up. Or maybe some of you will be watching it on the replay, because that will be available as well, but we'll get to that. So my hopes for this retreat are to bring together a variety of different healers and offer tools that our audience can use to support their own healing journey. My vision is to put your healing into your hands by offering you modalities and tools that you can use, and then also to introduce you to some amazing practitioners who some people may resonate more with me, some people may resonate more with Sandra or Mary or Anne or Paul or Nick. Everybody has different needs. Everybody has different gaps in their healing that they need filled in one way or another. And so the idea is, like I said, put the power in your hands and then give you resources that you can call on to deepen your journey if you're finding yourself wanting more after the event.
Exactly. And you basically answered the question already about whether you're a presenter. I can see that you are, I can hear that you are, and I can hardly wait to hear what you speak about when it's your baby is actually on the roll here. I do want to know too, though, am I able to ask questions during the retreat? And also, who else do you have presenting during the retreat?
Absolutely. So yes, we highly encourage questions, and so just to make the format clear for those of you that are coming upon this for the first time, we're offering this in 7 free live interviews leading up to 2 full days of workshops. And so the interviews are there to get to know the presenters, and there are opportunities within the context of the interviews also to ask questions, whether you post the questions beforehand or come on live, you can ask questions, or you can ask questions after the fact if you watch an interview and it sparks a question. We will be checking back with those things. We are mostly presenting we are entirely presenting the interviews live on Facebook. And so those will be available live or as replays throughout. They will not be available forever. Once we actually get to the retreat, all of the live videos, they may leak out into the world being live videos, but if you want to have them forever, they actually will be included as a part of the package if you buy the retreat, so that you can go back and refer to them.
So just to clarify, Keira, what you're saying is the live interviews that you are doing before the actual retreat will be included in the price of the retreat, correct?
Yes, we are going to offer those recordings as a part of the package, so that even if they probably will be out there somewhere, but we all know how easy it is to find some video that we saw on Facebook somewhere. And so we're going to compile them all into the package deal. So should you choose to attend the retreat, you will be getting 7 full-length 90-minute classes, which are presented live on Zoom. So during those classes, you will be a live participant. You will be able to ask questions during the workshop. It will be up to the presenter whether they want to take questions throughout or at the end. A lot of people like to present their material and then take questions, but there will definitely be an opportunity for you to ask questions. If you haven't been on a Zoom class before, you can sometimes be a video vocal participant, but you can always have access to a chat box where you can type in your questions. So that will be an opportunity for you to ask questions live of the presenters should you be there. And then you will also be receiving recordings so that you can come back to it later. And it's really quite an amazing offering that we're creating.
It really is. And what I wanted to say too is just to let people know that being a part of Zoom is not a big scary thing. It's just simply a matter of joining the meeting, and it brings you right over to the class. One of the other things I wanted to ask was the when is the retreat, and how much is it? And I do hear that you are offering the replays in that. And do people have to, I know I'm going to ask you a whole swack of questions here. So when is a retreat? How can people register and pay for the retreat? And do people have to register to watch the interviews?
Okay, so I had another question that I didn't answer yet, so I'll try to get to all of them.
Okay.
So, so you do not need to register to watch the interviews. Those are going to be freely available on Facebook Live and on the event page on Facebook. They will all be posted within the event page on Facebook. If you miss one, you can go back and watch the replay. And the retreat itself, so this is every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific and 5 p.m. Eastern time are when the interviews are, from September 12th through October 24th. October 24th is going to be a really special one because we're going to have all of the presenters come back on a panel. So this is a really good time to come in with your questions just before the event to prepare yourself for the final class. The classes are on October 27th and 28th. So we'll have a longer day on Saturday. I believe it's 8:30 to 5 Pacific on Saturday, And then on Sunday, I believe it's 11:30 to 5. We're going to have 4 presenters on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. So Sunday will be a shorter day. And the price is for both days. We don't have a one-day price, but if you are only able to make it for part of it, you will still get the recording. So you won't miss anything. So even if you're not available that weekend and you know you want the information, you can buy it, get the replays, and have that to watch as many times as you want to. You could even have a party with it once
So
you have it.
I know you haven't said the price yet, but is there an early bird price?
We do not have an early bird price, and that is because we have made every effort to keep the price low to begin with and end with. And so all of this, 7 full-length 90-minute classes, we are offering for one low price of $177. And I feel like this is such an amazing value. It is hard to imagine passing it up. So that's why we're not really worrying about an early bird price. I do, there will be a cap at some point if we get too much interest. So if you're sure you want to do it, I definitely encourage you to just jump in and register as soon as you know. But we're not doing that particular incentive just because we started out with such a low price. We can't really go any lower than that right now.
Exactly, that's great.
Mm-hmm. And I realized you asked me earlier to share who is presenting.
Oh, yes,
so
that's really important.
Let me get back to that. So our first one, who will be interviewed on September 12th, is Paul Brighton, also known as Sifu Boggy. He is an amazing wealth of knowledge, this man. He is also just a fun, quirky British gentleman who has been training in Qigong and Chinese medicine since he was a child.
Wow.
And he is a dragon dog shaman and a barefoot doctor. And I'm not going to give away too much about what all that means because I really want you to come and experience this man. It is going to be so much fun. He has, you could bring up pretty much any topic and he would have something to say about it. That's how well learned he is, not just in the Taoist arts, but just in the art of being. He is such an amazing person to experience, and I'm so blessed to have him. He also has his own show that is called The Way of Conscious Mindfulness, where he brings on some amazing guests. And so I encourage you to look him up there as well. But definitely jump on next Wednesday. It's actually this Wednesday. We're recording this very last minute, September 12th. And if you don't catch it live, if you're watching this after the fact, then come find us on Facebook. We'll post the link to the Facebook event. Elements of Healing virtual retreat. And then our next guest is going to be Anne Jersh. She is a futurist and a London-based author. She has some amazing books, and she will be taking you on a journey through time. She will talk about how to travel into the future to learn what you need to heal right now. And we also have the amazing Sandra Pelly here on our team. And Sandra is going to take the water element for us, and she is preparing. I'm really excited to see what you have prepared for us, Sandra, on water. She's titled it "We Are Water: How to Tap into the Healing Properties of H2O." I amended it to say H2O. I know that
sounds good.
And then we're going to have the amazing Lauren Hoover West, who is a classically trained chef turned naturopathic assistant. And so she will be teaching how to heal with nourishing, delicious foods and how to utilize the wood element to detox and support the liver. You are definitely not going to want to miss her either. We're bringing in the plant kingdom with Lauren, and she is an amazing presenter. And then we're going to have Nick Pereira. Coach Nick is an amazing coach to coaches and healers. He is a sales coach, and he is also, I wish I had written down his title, but he is a bhakti yogi, and he is such an amazing, powerful teacher. He is going to talk about how to heal your life with business, the unexpected way to heal. And he says, if you want to heal, start a business. So that's something to think about. He is such an amazing wealth of knowledge, of spiritual knowledge as well as concrete business knowledge that brings real results. And then Mary Sexton, who I mentioned before, she is a trauma recovery coach, and she will be presenting on the element air, standing in the storm, how to utilize air to heal the past. And then yours truly, Keira Lani here. I am taking the spirit element. It feels like such an honor, and I'm humbly grateful to have the connection with spirit that I do. And so I'm going to be sharing, I'm titling my offering, Heal Your Spirit, How Connecting with Trees Brings You Back to Your True Nature.
I love that. You know, if I was listening to this interview and just hearing all those people, it's every single one of them is so exciting, and the energy that I can feel just coming from this interview is going to show people just what they can get just from listening to the interviews. And jumping in onto the retreat is going to be a very powerful experience. Going through each one of these presenters, it's going to be absolutely incredible. So if people were to come across this interview in the future, and it's already past the date of the actual virtual retreat, the Elements of Healing virtual retreat, are they able to purchase that retreat at that point?
Actually, we are planning to make it available in the future. It's funny that you asked that. I was kind of wanting to keep it a secret on the one hand, because I really want people to come live. It's so much. But yes, if you are coming across this and it's too late for you to come live, we will have a link to purchase it on my website, practiceselflove.com, which is also where you can go for more information if you're here before the retreat. And I really encourage you, if you are here in time to jump on the retreat, I encourage you to come live, because there is going to be some extra energy from being there live and in community when we actually are gathered together and present, and to ask your question and have it responded to immediately. There's so much extra value in being there live. And so I really encourage you to come live if you can. And yes, if it is too late for that already by the time you watch this, then please do come seek it out on my website. I will be, why waste the recordings once we make them? So we definitely will be continuing to offer it as an option. This is
wonderful. Could
event.
You say the URL again? What was that?
Absolutely. It's practiceselflove.com.
Oh, wow. And this is going to be so exciting. And if you folks have even the slightest qualm about whether you should participate in that or not, go back and feel the energy, listen to the interview that we've just done today, listen to who she has here, who Keira has for presenters, because it's going to be phenomenal. Like, this is a powerhouse, power-packed virtual retreat that you get to watch from the comfort of your home. And you know, when you think about all the retreats out there and how you put out this money to go places, to go to them, here you get to do it in the comfort of your home. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And as Keira said, the collection of that live energy, if you are participating live, is just phenomenal. And yes, tap into that. Thank you so much, Keira. I love your energy. I love that you're doing this. This is going to be so exciting. So any last words that you want to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it's clear. If you go to the website or the Facebook event page, there will be a lot more information to peruse. So as you were talking, Sandra, about if you're thinking about it and you're not sure, then be sure to come find us on Facebook and plug into the interviews and get to feel the energy of the presenters. That's why we're doing the interviews ahead of time, so you can really have the experience of being with these amazing people. Go to the website where there will be the detailed bios and course descriptions, so you can really immerse yourself in what it is that we're offering. And yeah, just take that time to feel into your intuition. I feel like there's so much power within you to find what's right for you. And so it's really comes back, just like I said earlier, my mission is to put your healing power into your hands, because you have that power. And we, as healers and presenters, are here to give you tools and to support you on your personal healing journey. And so it's such an honor to be in that position. And I really hope that you are ready to receive these amazing gifts that we have put together for you.
Wonderful. So once again, Keira, Lani, thank you so much for coming on today and letting us know quite a bit more and to pique everybody's interest about the Elements of Healing virtual retreat. As she mentioned, there are live interviews coming up starting September 12th and going right to the accumulation of the group of 7 on October 24th. And that following weekend, I believe it was the 27th and 28th of October, their actual retreat is occurring. So please jump on board while there's space, because the price of this is $177 US, and you will more than get your money's worth with that. And the healing, the potential for the healing that you have for yourself during that process, during this virtual retreat, is phenomenal. So thank you again, Keira. I love your energy.
Thank you, Sandra.
Take care.
You too.